Part 5. So he's told the cop that I reported the plate stolen to that he will help facilitate me getting new plates. He just won't pay for them. So, shocker, he's not going to help me facilitate it. So I show the cop when he circles back to me. Look, I've been reaching out to him consistently for the past 2 days, and he's blatantly ignoring me, right? He's not going to help me with this. Well, he said, people lie. People lie. He's not going to help me with this. He did this, and he's not going to help me get new plates. So the cop says to me, you need to park it. I've ordered new plates. You got to park it because if you get pulled over, now, of course, I can show, here's the police report, here's where I've ordered new plates, but it's at each and every cop's discretion whether to just let me go or not. And I'm not even worried about me. I'm worried about one of my sons getting pulled over. Of course, husband hasn't thought or doesn't care at all about that, but the panic that they would feel having to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't want. So I already had a plan to get 2 new vehicles. We were a couple of weeks away from that happening, but husband has decided to bump that timeline up. When I tell y'all that him doing that cost me a couple extra $1,000, I'm not kidding. I was unable to get back and forth to work. My kids were unable to get back and forth. Anyway, it cost me a couple extra $1,000 that I did not have to spend on this. So, also, I go to file my taxes. I take son number 1 with me because he worked this past year, school, all that. So we sit down together. It's flagged because husband has claimed us. Am I aware? No, I'm not aware. Did I reach out to husband and say, hey, we're going to file our taxes. What have you done anything with that? And he completely ignores me. So she says, you're going to have to submit this. What's the word, Rachel? You have to submit this, it has to go through the mail. Anyway, what you have to do is get on the IRS website, get a PIN number, yada, yada. So when I do that, it takes me about a week for the IRS to confirm my identity. The same morning that I get into the website, after jumping through all these hoops to get this PIN number, I notice that my address is not my address. And I'm like, that's so weird because, I just jumped through all these hoops to confirm my identity. One of them was to show them my address, proof of my address. So why is it this weird random address? So I'm going to report it, right? To change it or whatever. But something tells me to take a screenshot of it instead. So I do. That same second, I get a message. I get a message from husband's people that he sees every day. And they say to me, hey, basically, I'm paraphrasing, we have information about husband that you may or may not know, but if you don't know, we want to help you. A shout out to you guys. So keep in mind, these people know of me, but they don't know me personally. So what husband has been saying to them over this past year is his side of the story and painting himself in the best light possible. And they still have reached out to me and said, we think he's a vile piece of garbage. The things that he has said to us about you and about the situation, let us help you. Here's the information we have. So I'm able to confirm that with these people, the address that was listed on the IRS website is husband's address. They also say, Rachel, as soon as he left your house, he immediately moved his girlfriend and her kids into this house. And he's purchased 2 new vehicles and gifted a Buick SUV to girlfriend. So some of the things that we talked about, I was aware of. However, am I shocked that he has a girlfriend? Of course not. He had girlfriends from the day that he met me and the entire time he was my husband. That doesn't shock me. What I think is the most vile thing that I could even doing this to someone else's kids. Pretending to that woman and those children that you care about those children after what you've put my children through, it's literally unspeakable. So am I shocked? Actually, kind of, because what I thought was, we've been together our whole adult lives. He just wants to be a 40-year-old fuckboy. Like, I've watched him over this past year, to be talking to 10 different females at once. Like, I've seen it. So he wants a like, he just wants to be on his own, have his little bachelor pad and have women, just in and out, in and out. That's what I'm thinking, right? You leave the situation where you're a parent and a spouse to walk into that exact same situation with someone else, like immediately, like you leave and like you immediately do that. I will come to understand why, but the fact that you would do that to someone else's children just speaks to you literally being a monster, like an actual monster. My kids cried themselves to sleep for a year. My kids are in therapy now for what he's done to them. And you immediately step in because that's how gross and self-serving and selfish you are. You want the world to be like, look at me. I'm such a good guy. Look at me. Look. I mean, that's what he wants. And it's disgusting. So I'm able to confirm all of these things. So I start doing some digging because I know that husband has tried over and over and over to get a mortgage and he's not been able to. So so I find out where it is. It's a shitty part of town, right? Like I wouldn't live there. It's a shitty part of town. So maybe that's why, right? Because it's in a bad part of town. So I start doing some digging and I spend a little over a month on the phone and I find out that my husband has obtained this mortgage through a charity foundation. Now, I don't know how much you guys know about charity foundations who help with things like this, but it's for low-income individuals and families. So I do some more digging because my husband is neither low-income nor is he a family. I do some more digging. That's when I find out that my husband used my children's names and information to obtain this mortgage for low-income families. So he could move his girlfriend and her children into this charity home. My children. The children who do not live there, the children who have never set foot in that home, are listed as occupants on the application and throughout the process of him attaining this home. There's no way he would have ever been able to get this home if he wasn't claiming that my children lived there. Go to part 6.